This video is intended for audiences who are 13 and over. If you are not 13 and over, please fuck off and tell your parents to moderate what you watch online.
All right, so once again, going to how I do not understand the Gochiso logic of this universe, like what constitute hey, Shoma, this is how you get this is how when you eat something your body produces something, right? So he eats mochi this episode, right? He eats bean.
No mochi power. No mochi Gochiso.
Yeah, no mochi Gochiso.
No
hey,
mochizo.
Apparently that does not equip to a Gochiso. I was like, boy, is Gochiso? I mean, sorry, is mochi not considered a snack? Once again, is there not enough sugar in this?
So this is the funny thing. So I was having this exact same breakdown with Molly, where I was going, I still don't understand this. This doesn't make any fucking sense. And I said it, okay, so he fucking eats cake, but that's fine, but mochi not. And she's like, what if it's just stuff that you can buy at Japanese convenience stores? And I went, fuck. What if it's that? But he's gonna have a ramen for him. And then she went, instant ramen. I went, fuck, you're right, shit.
There is, boy, hey look, there is that Hyper Battle DVD coming out, But once again, I fucking hate the world. Look, every week, the world building of Gavv is shattering around me. I don't understand.
The rules are loose and fast, to say the least.
Right, boy, do you think it's just the belt at this point? I hope we reach the point. We don't reach the point where we find out at some point in the show that the belt is its own sentient being. Right?
Oh God, right, I don't want that.
Right, this thing has just been
to be alive.
Right? I really hope we never reach the point in the show, right? That it never happens. That we found out the the fact that the belt has a mouth and eyes. I'm just hoping that is just there for an aesthetic design reason.
Oh God. What if it's okay? All right. Well, what if we just combine this with the theory that Shoma was the one that went berserk, and there's a second personality inside of him in his tiny tummy. And that's if his tummy takes control, if his hunger.
Oh boy, his tummy becomes his own little. The belt actually detaches from him.
Some people think, men think with sometimes men think with the wrong head, but he's thinking with the wrong mouth. Maybe he's thinking with his other mouth.
Boy, man, I would fucking, man, like I said, I fucking hate how events are happening in the show. I'm thinking hey, hold on, where's my stupid little plastic trinket, Aren't you supposed to be shooting something out of your stomach, What if I actually want a mochi Gochizo? Fuck, I just realized I fucking hate saying that. I hate saying that out loud,
Well, maybe that's why they didn't do it, because they didn't want to deal with it. I just think that they should have one called the Mochizo.
Oh man! Hey, look! We are still only 3 writers so far in the show. They can always add more, right? Right? There's no time, And look, just like how some people are still saying they really want Sachika to become a Kamen Rider. I'm not saying this because I'm sexist, right? Right? I just don't think Sachi should become. She has no reason to become a Kamen Rider within this narrative.
It doesn't really make sense unless something drastically changes in the plot of this show and we get to some fucking build level, everything's on fire, everybody, or
and she actually has to take up the mantle. I don't think she has no reason to become an actual writer within this narrative.
Where everything just went to shit, and there's hey
boy, we need resistance.
They're gonna bomb
now,
the city, and you have to. Yeah, you need to have protection because they're everywhere now, and you will die.
Right, but as far as the show's narrative point so far, I think the show is pretty much fine with Sachika being just hey, look. She's here, right? She's there support.
If anything, Glotta, the rest of the Stomach family, makes more sense to become Kamen Riders before Sachika.
Right. But hey, Tariq, hey, look, it is the new year. Hey, look, new year. New year, new Kamen Rider, both literally and figuratively. Hey, look, it's the tertiary writer of the show, right? Hey, it's Kamen Rider Gavv episode 17. Caramel Tentacle Taste Like Happiness. I did not realize that was the title of this episode until now that I'm reading about reading the episode title out loud. Hey,
Yeah, it's
once again, Shoma, realize the best way to get clients is to just listen to other people's private conversations. You know, like, hey, boy, hey, are you in trouble? That sounds like, hey, my business.
Again, seems very funny considering that Honto is the freelance investigative reporter, but Shoma is the one going out there and, you know, doing groundwork, digging up clues and picking up what's hot in the streets, you know, what's going on with the people.
Look, I'm pretty sure we have never established in the show that Honto is a good investigative journalist.
Oh, I think we've established that he's not.
Right, you know, I think he thinks it's just cool to wear like this big ass leather trench coat walking around, you know, right, to make him seem cool, you know, like, hey, look,
right.
Look, you're supposed to pay a little detective, you know, right?
Yeah,
you know, right?
He did not. I mean, look, before his mentor was, you know, fucking turned into candy and snapped in half. Look, he hadn't finished his fucking apprenticeship, you know. He just had a few more lessons left, and one of them was figuring out how to fucking do investigative journalism.
Right, like he was still working on that process, right? Yeah, but hey, look, Shoma here's, hey, you guys have did someone go missing? Hey, we can do that. We can solve missing persons report, you know,
we're
right?
Scooby Doo, right?
Right, and look, look, Happy Party, right?
Happy Party, yeah.
Yeah, hey, we're Jackson. Hey, look, you come up to
Jack of all trades. So we'll do
missing person case.
Hey, look, person case, cold cases.
And look, we'll solve it in 30 minutes, or it's free. You know, right?
Where are the police in this world? Right? How many? Let's go back because all right. So there's the kid at the beginning that the parents are talking about, right? Or the moms are talking about. Then there's the
dollar that's mentioned by like a random pass, right? Then also the whole theater, you know, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I think the individual disappearances are the ones that the sloppy bird is taking, and the mass disappearances are like the ones that Log A9 is doing. Mm-hmm. But my problem is just I think there's like, aside from the mass disappearances, which are plenty problematic, right? The individual disappearances, there's like 4 people that have just gone fully fucking missing. And it's just, because it's 2 different instances, right? It's 2 different kinds of concern when, like, okay, this, like, it's weird that this group of people just got raptured up into the sky, right? And they're just gone. Right, this whole courtroom, this whole movie theater, like, showing, sure. Mm-hmm. One person, but people go missing. Oh God.
Like, you think there's a police detective who has like a whole board, you know, he has like a whole conspiracy board, you know, worked out at the moment.
If there can be an entire movie on Hulu that I just now found out about called Amber Alert, which stars Hayden Panettiere and Everybody Hates Chris, Tyler James Williams.
Okay.
And it's just about a white woman getting into an Uber driven by a black man. Yes, that is Hayden Panettiere, and yes, that is Tyler James Williams. And the white woman basically goes, "Follow that van for that Amber Alert. That's definitely the car that took that little white girl." And it just becomes them going around doing vigilante fucking Amber Alert rescue because the dad from Transformers who's the police chief, isn't able to send out a cop car soon enough. I can't see why, with dozens of people going missing, at the very least in this town, on a near
this movie basis, does not even have a Wikipedia page for me to look up. That's the best thing. I can only find the IMDb or Amazon summary of
That's probably because the SEO is so fucking bad because they named their movie off of a fucking emergency signal.
Here's a fucking. Is Amber Alert 2024 movie a true story? Here's the real life event that inspired the film. That is an insane article.
What the fuck? Wait a minute. It's based off of a true story?
It's the real. Here's the real life event that inspired the film. So.
God. Oh god.
Do you think people are just learning what an Amber Alert is?
I mean, oh god.
Which.
This isn't. I don't think that we've got to stop doing things.
Yeah, so a bunch of people are missing, right?
Yeah,
and Sean was like, "Hey,
nobody's put out an Amber Alert, and nobody's gone and found anybody."
Yeah, but Sean was like, "Hey, don't worry, we're on the case, we're that's hey look, missing firing. Hey, look, you can hire us, wait, whoa, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, there's a bird granny this week. Boy, man, it took me a while to look at this design. This design just felt very off when I was looking at it, right? It has like a mouth, right?
Yeah.
But its beak is also
mouth,
just and a beak.
A mouth and the beak, yeah.
Right, this design is very, very weird, right? For me when I was looking.
Bird monsters, I feel like in tokusatsu have always been kind of like hit or miss.
Mm-hmm.
It's
right.
just when feathers, like I think back to like all of the fucking, even in Black Sun, like all of the, like weird feathered characters, like
look, you put some wings and a giant beak on it. You got a bird enemy, done, right? Look, that's the best we got, But yeah, but Nervo was like, hey, look, I was like, oh, cool.
Hey,
all right.
wanna, man, you're doing so great. You're bringing in such good numbers. Would you like to volunteer for this experimental lab research?
Hey, we'll pay you. Hey, you'll get paid extra for this, right?
Yeah.
I'll double your pay. Well, whatever you want,
whatever my brother's paying you, I'll definitely pay. And hey,
Hey, also, by the way, don't tell my brother about this too. By the way.
Yeah. So we're now getting to a point where the lines of like plot are starting to get a little bit messy because right now we have, in terms of our various motives, we have Longo, who is doing who's running the Stomach Corporation, trying to
who's once again go back to like, hey, look, what was it? He's a bad character, he's not a good, but he's there for the business.
He knows what he's doing. He's doing what he is trying. What he is trying to do, he is
a businessman at his roots, right? He is just trying to drive up the family business, right? Right.
But like, that's okay. So that's one thing, and then so that's one aspect. Then we have Jeeb, the lone surviving twin, who is now homeless, beaten, and out for blood against
living hiding out in like a rusted out
in a fucking meth lab, right?
Like
a crack house. And then we have Glota is as far as we know right now, she's on the Longo camp, right? So we have Longo and Glota, Jeeb. Niel is playing his own fucking game of just like fuck around and find out with some experimentation.
He loves science.
Which he is at the very least, if not completely on the same side of, at the very least in a truce or alliance with Sato, right? Or Shuga.
Yeah.
And so then there's that connection. So that's the three sides of the Stomach family. Then we have Shuga's whole deal, who may or may not be on the same side as Niel.
Boy, you know what they say, the person who plays both sides will always come out on top, right?
And then we have from Shuga, we have fucking Honto, who is playing his own game, who doesn't really fully trust Shuga. He just wants to kill Granyuts Eren Yeager style,
boy, look,
right?
man. Man, he is very. Hey, look. He said, "Hey, look, you're a grave. I'll shoot first, you know,
Yeah,
right?
shoot first, ask questions later. If I see a second mouth in there, I'm firing off, right?
Right? Humans should only have one mouth, you know,
Yeah,
right?
if I see any extra holes on you, I'm making more, right? So that's its own thing, right? But then there's Hanto, right, on his own revenge quest. And then we get to Shoma, who is just he's trying to defend people, right? But he's also, like, really, he's a fucking refugee from his family. Like, he is...
I think he's really just vibing, right? If you think about it from, like, the show's narrative, he's just really vibing, and he's only being proactive with the plot because everyone else is being active towards him. Like he's just living, you know, right?
He was fine to stay on the down low.
He actually wants no purpose. He actually wants no role in this story. He's like, hey, I'm just trying to figure out. I have a bucket list I'm trying to cross out, you know, right? I read an article on 101 things you should eat before you die, and
he is doing his own Zom 100, 100 snacks to eat before I turn into a fucking Granute monster, right?
Mm-hmm. Right. It just happens that everyone else is coming after him. He's like,
everybody. Like, honestly, if Sheeta and Jeep hadn't kept, like, literally all they had to do is, like, because also they know what Shoma looks like in plain clothes. All they had to do is tell people, don't do this around this guy and we'll be fine. Right? Keep your heads down low. Don't fuck with him. He keeps taking out our guys. If we just don't, like... And again, this goes back to Longo being a good businessman. He's like, yeah, look, we'll send out the other part-timers to go out and, like, you know, cause some fuss, whatever. You, Jellyfish Man, you bring in, like, 20 people every time you come back. Fucking yes, absolutely. Go and do that. Stay on the down low. Don't raise any, like, alarms about you. Just go do it. This all could have been avoided, this entire conflict, if they, like, just left Shoma the fuck alone. Then it would have been a completely different story.
Yeah. No, but look, look, they got too far with it, you know, right? Hey, look. Yeah. Stole a little Gochizo, and now he's doing his own experiment. Look, he made his own little Gochizo.
So that's the thing that I think breaks the rules more than what the fuck is Shoma's, like, rules. How the fuck did Nielv make a Gochizo? Did he take... Okay, so we understand that the Gochizo operate on the same principles as the agents, right?
I mean, no, Gochizos are agents. It's just how your stomach makes them, right?
So, did Nielv...
Right, like, I have to assume, right, like, the Gochizo are, like, the larval... Right, it's like a larval state.
I mean, I guess. And so when he makes the Whipple soldiers, they're, like, fully developed...
I mean, they're not fully developed, but they're, like, developed enough, and the agents, right, are, like, fully developed Gochizos, you know?
I guess.
Right? I just was like that.
I just feel
like... Because, like, if you think about the Gochizos, they're literally just little dudes, you know? They're just there too.
I'm just wondering if Nielv made an agent first and then smelted them down and fused them with some pudding to make a pudding Gochizo.
Right, man, how far into, like, his agent's life? Like, do you think he was trying, like, he put, like, a little incubator, like, hey, let's see how far you develop. I'm gonna stop your growth spurt right here so I can, you know.
Like, how did he make specifically pudding Gochizo? I just want to know. I want to know how Nielv did it, right? Nielv actually, as a character, might be the saving grace of this show, where he's going to go and explain literally fucking everything about how the fuck any of this shit is working, because he and Shuga are the only people actually doing the hard work of trying to figure out some answers.
Right, yeah. It's really, man, like I said, I hate the Gochiso's logic within this show. You know, like, nothing about that makes sense. I hate the fact that Vlam? Right, yeah. I hate the fact I really hate. Look, man, and I really hate it. You know, when another writer comes in and his transformation trick is just completely different than the rest of us. Like, oh man, you break the mold. You know,
I mean,
right?
Is this? Let me guess. This one's P Bandai.
I think his is actually a public release. I
Really?
believe.
Wow. Wow. So
I
that means
haven't.
that we're gonna get some weird other belt down the road that's gonna be fucking.
Oh
P-Band.
boy, hey look! If you look at that, if you look at that poster, there's still one more rider. Like, ooh,
I mean, I
ooh.
guess so. Yeah.
Oh man, look! You could just use a recolor. Hey, look! You know how much you love how much P Bandai love using
Just recoloring
love
shit,
using
or adding or putting some add-on thing that they just have to sell as an attachment that you have to get.
right, and then you just say, hey, this is a P Bandai item, right?
Yeah.
For you to buy. Yes, for as far as I can tell, this thing is a public release item. It is not a what's this thing called, the Vastrum gear?
Oh god, yeah. Okay, so that thing. Okay, I will say, like, I get the Vlam. Like, okay, the whole Vlam name as a Kamen Rider, weird, but I can kind of get behind it because it's he's kind of it's flan, right? It's not really pudding. It's Japanese pudding. As Molly reminded me, that Japanese pudding is really just flan, right? So it's Vlam, but what the fuck is this name? Fucking the Vlam gear.
The Vastrum gear. I fucking hate
Yeah,
it.
exactly, right?
Yeah. But yeah, hey look, look, Shoma and Honto. Hey, let's go look for this. Hey, let's go look for this missing high school boy. Let's make a bunch of fake accounts, right, on Tinder, and try to see if we can find out who's behind it, right?
Yeah.
And everything. Man, let's see. Blah blah blah. It's Vastrum gears from Frustra. What the fuck is this word? What is this? What the fuck is this word? Frustrum? I've never even heard of this.
Is this German?
A type of shape is a type of shape. Oh, so it's named after the thing that the pudding takes. It was named after the mold that you pour
Fuck
pudding
off.
into.
Fuck off. Fuck off.
Okay, sure. Boy, man. Hey man, hey look, there he is. Hey look, he's an educated guy, He wasn't gonna name this thing something
he
stupid.
He just now learned about pudding, but he somehow knew what the fuck a Vrastrum is.
Right? Like he's like, hey, look, I fucking love. I'm not gonna call this thing. I'm not gonna call this thing the pyramid. I'm not gonna call this the cone gear or the pyramid gear. That's fucking stupid.
Anyway.
Hey, fuck.
Anyway.
Yeah. So Shoma and Hato, they're out investigating. They're going to like a college, I guess. Right, to find out what's going on. To look for this missing high school. Hey, good for Shoma here. Hey, look, if a high school boy goes missing, that's the first place I would look. The local college, right? You gotta make sure he's not hanging around with the wrong crowd.
He was like. They say he was doing something, like he was in like a park or something, because Honto is investigating the like mass disappearances while Sachika and Shoma are looking for the individuals. So
yeah,
they're actually doing two different they're doing two different kinds of investigations at first, because he's at the like whatever park.
Right.
Then they but then I guess Shoma just realizes that any possible...
Yeah, I don't...
It's the MO on anybody getting kidnapped is, are they nice and kind? So then clearly Sachika's target. She's the only other logical person that could get kidnapped for those having those traits in this city right now. So luckily they get there just in time to find the woman who is about to flash her belly button at her. But luckily, Shoma is there to save the day.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, hey. So I don't know if you heard, if you're aware, but hey, so in Dead by Daylight they announced the Junji Ito collab, right? That's starting this week or some shit, right?
For some
reason,
reason,
I thought there was a whole Junji Ito bit that they were doing with this woman. I was like. Is this supposed to be like a horror bit? Is this supposed to be like that?
I mean, I will say she was very she spooked me. She was spooky.
Right? I literally thought they were going for like a whole horror bit. Like I thought they were trying to make her like that legend with like the slit mouth woman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right? In Japanese folklore,
Split
right?
mouth, whatever.
Yeah. I thought that's what they were going with her. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But don't worry, but Shoma and Hato stop her just in time.
Who the entire again? This goes back to the whole issue of like the difference of how Lage 9 is doing things versus every other part timer, where apparently their entire fucking like trick for like finding people like good targets for presses is to walk around with a scarf and let it blow in the wind and attack whoever is dumb enough to go after it. What a fucking weird ass fucking like what the fuck.
Look, the best place to go. Look, that's how you know you have the people who are nice enough, right, to take a moment out of their time, right, to get your scarf. That's how you know you got a good pure target. You know, like this is a person that you wanna turn into an acrylic plate.
They're pure of heart and very good.
Right, because any other person on the street would just ignore it, you know. Like, they'll be like, "God, this is not worth my time," you know. Right? Yeah. You know, that's how you weed out the bad ones. You know, right? But yeah, hey, look, Shoma doesn't trust this woman. You know, it's like, hey, little. All right, Zaku Chip, go tag her, you know, right? Yeah. But only keep following her if she's acting suspicious, you know, right? Because otherwise this will be very weird, you know, for me to be saying like my little minion guy to watch and record her, you know, right?
Yeah.
You know, only start recording as soon as you start doing any suspicious, you know, right?
Yeah. And then we get the
right.
Interesting moment of seeing what happens with. I wonder how often this happens in like outside of the show, in just the world of the show, of two Granute part-timers fucking up and going, "Oh fuck, you're a Granute. Oh, I'm so sorry. I put my tongue all over you. Oh, my bad. I didn't recognize you with your human skin."
Right, yeah, because they actually have multiple part-timers now working at any given time, you know, right? You think it's like a quadrant thing, you know, like, hey, I'm gonna get this section of the town, you know.
Don't work my block, like, this is my turf.
Right, you know, right, like, I'm still going with like the whole drug analogy of the show, you know, right? Think it's like, hey, look, you get this one, you're right, right. We don't want too many of our guys in the same place, right? Because that creates too much questions, you know, right? People
you don't want to have a Starbucks across from Starbucks, you know. You can't, you'd be impeding on your business, yeah.
Right, yeah, right, yeah, but yeah, look, man, look, hey, hey, look, this bird, Granule's like, hey, nope, oh, that's the wrong, look, this person, hey, look. Just like Shoma says, he doesn't trust people that wears mysterious hooded hat. You know, like you know, Shoma doesn't trust. I think that there's there's something very suspicious. You know. Mm-hmm.
But hey, luckily Zaku's chips tell Shoma exactly what to do, and he and Hanto come. Hey, gang tactics, 2-on-1. We've got you now. You're right where we want you.
Look, man, it's really funny, right? How close this. Obviously there's a cut, but I think it's real funny how Zaku Chip came back real fast, and then Shoma immediately went to this location with the next cut. You know, obviously we're not gonna show his whole process of, I don't know, him getting on a bus,
right?
You know, or getting on Uber and driving to. It's real funny. Yeah. Right, I think it's just real funny the cut from him from the office immediately to like this parking lot that I assume is like 20 blocks away or something.
It's also funny because when you think about it, actually it's fine for Shoma to get there because he has Gurukhan, right? He can summon a fucking motorcycle whenever he wants. Hanto has to take the bus. Hanto needs to get an Uber, right? He doesn't have a fucking car. He doesn't have a fucking he's you know. Oh, he's taking his boss's car. That's what he's doing. He's not using it anymore.
Oh, yeah. Like that, like his boss doesn't. He said, look, he has to put up the facade, you know, that his boss is still paying Chips. Is still paying it, you know, right? Yeah. And hey, look, there's some good. The fight choreography here is really good.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know,
there's some really. I'll say this. Even when we get to Vlam showing up, the way that they're using the bushel axe is all I'll call it. Is another point where it's like, I really appreciate the things that they've been doing since Geats, where they're like incorporating the weapons into like being creative with them in the fight choreography. All the stuff where they're like
instead of just swinging around swinging them as their giant prop thing, you know, right?
Yeah.
Like they're doing way more creative stuff, you know. Yeah.
I don't
yeah,
like.
hey, look, hey,
I will
launch
say,
me. Show my launch me,
yeah,
you know? Hey, look, use
this
your
was
kicking.
obvious. This was definitely the dumbest thing, like, application of it, but it's fine because fuck it, these two are fucking goofballs. But really, like, yeah, the only way we can catch this bird is if you
because
catapult me.
Hato doesn't know the name, right?
Yeah,
he doesn't know the name of
the
kicking.
big
He's like,
foot
hey,
thing. Use your foot. I want.
yeah,
like,
I don't know. Look, I don't know the name of these
feet?
fucking things, you know, right?
Yeah,
Right, just
yeah, I've never read this shit. Anyway, Log 9 waits until the fucking finisher to just walk in front of traffic and hope that interrupts them.
Yeah, we gotta make this dramatic appearance cool, you know.
Crazy pull, like crazy fucking move to do. He just goes on the assumption that if they see a human, they're going to pull their punches, and also waits until the point where they have almost killed the part-timer, right? And
look. His mission is to go after, go after Shoma and Hato. You know,
sure,
right?
But
he doesn't care about this.
The minute they showed up, he could have taken action. Instead, he decided to make a fucking performance.
He's just watching. He's like some intel. You know, he's like, ooh, and look. It's like I say, look, he who strikes first strikes last. You know, right?
I'm just saying. He really let the bird Granute cook for
I don't think the bird is his priority. You know, it's like,
oh, absolutely not. He's playing again. He's playing for his own faction. Anyway, yeah. Hey, Log 9. Turns out he's hot. He's a hot boy.
Oh yeah.
With dangly earrings.
It turns out when you get rid of his ugly ass goggles, right, and you get rid of his stupid little vest he was wearing before, he looks good. You know.
Yeah.
Hold on.
And then he turns to big fucking jellyfish.
Let me see. Hold on. I think did he have long hair before? Hold on. Let me pull up his.
I've seen what he looked like in Cure Major. I'm pretty sure he had long hair.
I think he had a pony. Look. Oh, yep. Hold on. I'm gonna pull up. Boop. Man, I want his civilian boy. I don't want the suit. I want to see his God, why is there no good image of his fucking please, okay, goddamn, I have to look up his character. I have to look up his actual character name. Look up the Ranger form. Only gives me the suit of the Ranger outfit. Right? It's really fucking annoying. I have to look up his. Alright,
Look, I'm just enjoying the jellyfish man who puts a. Yeah.
Look, 2 year grow up, you know, it's been like 2-3 years. He had a good grow up, you know.
Yeah.
Like he's
put some product in his hair, he learned how to accessorize, he's doing it. Anyway, he's a big jellyfish man, and he puts an entire
man, I fucking love like his whole bit he has to do, right? He has to transform into the Granute, right?
Then shove it into the Granute, into his tummy mouth, and then and only then can he do it.
Right, kid? It becomes really invalid because we see in the episode preview that he does not need to transfer into the Granute at any point. It's just like he can just use his spell.
But this is fun. This is more. I mean, yeah, because we know that. Right, we know that he doesn't have to turn into the Granute because we know from everything we've established with the show already that even when Granutes turn into put on their human disguises, the mouth is still there. Right? It's the whole thing, right? Mm-hmm. That's why Shoma and Hanto are flipping up people's skirts and shit, and shirts and shit, and going, "Hey, is there another tummy down there? You got a mouth down there?"
Mm-hmm. Right? But yeah, hey, I fucking hate this transformation. I don't like him putting something like the piss jar, you know? Right? I understand what the imagery that they're trying to go, but this looks really fucking bad.
Here's the
right.
Okay, which is worse? The piss jar or the feces fountain that Valen goes into.
Man, here's the thing, right? At least with Valen, he's in the open air, right?
It.
But
which are you more afraid of being stuck in? The piss jar, trapped in it, or the chocolate doo-doo fountain spraying up from Valen's Buster?
As you're slowly sinking into the ground, as it's slowly engulfed. Which would I rather be worst thing to be engulfed by, right? You know, boy, I think look, Valen is all liquid. So hey, I think at that point, I would rather just die in the piss jar, right?
Yeah.
But I fucking hate his transformation sequence. Right? Like I understand the imagery and what they're good, but boy, hey man, whoever's in charge of this CG did not question the superior when the superior's, hey yeah. So this is what I want you guys to do.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like someone in like post
yellow. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like someone in the post should have been like, boss, this kind of looks like a shut up, just make what I said, right? Hey, look, do you want do you want to go home? Yeah, right? Look, do you want your Christmas break? Hey, I want this jar and I want this yellow liquid to start spewing out of his from his waist, as it engulfs him, that's his transformation sequence, right? Yeah.
And then even
I
after,
fucking hate this thing,
So let's transformation sequence aside, hey, the suit pretty cool. Two stupid spoon antennas. Yeah, that happens.
Oh yeah, man, that thing is fucking the two little spoon antenna thing it's fucking amazing, right? I was hoping that see how they would actually acknowledge that he has two spoons on his thing, right, and his antenna, right? I think it's fucking great, right? Hey man, so here's the thing. So a lot of people originally when they first saw this, they thought it was candy cane. Right, like thought it was like candy corn. I mean, whatever thing. Which I can see.
It looks like.
Right?
It looks like candy corn.
Right, especially with the vest.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Right, but yeah, but yeah. But a lot of people thought when they first saw this thing revealed, leaked or whatever, right? They thought it was candy corn. I was like, yeah, I can see it, right. Right, like it's very you can it's really hard to not see it as candy corn once someone brought up that looks like candy corn. Like fuck, I can't ignore that now, right? It's only like very specific angle, right? Like his shoulders or like his kneecap that it actually looks like the flan. Like okay, yeah, it's pudding. That's right.
Speaking of his kneecaps, good God, this man fucking went to town on these boys without using honestly. Almost any of his actual there's no special Kamen Rider features that he used. He didn't pull out a weapon. He used his jellyfish tentacles, and then he kicked the shit out of them and skidded on his knees to absolutely.
Oh look, he slid, Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, he disrespected the shit out of Hanto. He's like, hey, fuck you. Hey, lay down, sit down,
jump. Stay down. Yeah, you eat dirt, bitch.
Yeah. Look, you're stupid. You're a stupid little log form. Remember the fuck this thing is? This it looks really
he's like,
fucking
he
dumb.
doesn't know what the fuck that is. He's like, it's just dumb fucking weird ass logs and an axe. Okay, whatever. Fuck off.
Right, man. I do like the part when where Shoma is trying to use the finisher. Right? Yeah. And he's like, hey, nope. He's like, fuck, nope. I'm gonna redirect this energy slash all back at you. It's like, that was pretty hard. I'm not gonna lie.
Why are you hitting yourself?
Mm-hmm. Right, and I love how the bird and the bird and you is just showing in the background.
Goes, I'm just gonna stand here and watch. Yeah.
This is not my type,
Right off the bat, Vlam is a fucking bully, and it's fucking hilarious. Like, these two guys, the two of, Shoma and Hanto have been going through this trying to, be, they're doing their best. They're real, hardy boys trying to find clues and shit. And then fucking Vlam showed up and just absolutely fucking just
the ball, right? Do you think this is now the turning point of the series? Right where Shoma realized, oh boy, hey, this is not just a weekly adventure for me anymore. Where every week I just wanna, where I go to the candy store and ask, hey, you got any new chocolate in this week? Right? Oh, this is not that point anymore. Right? I have to take things seriously now. Right? You think that's what it is for him now? Right? This is what this has become. Right for him.
Yeah, I think so.
Right?
Yeah.
But man, I did not realize this episode was over, right? That fast. Right? Man, that was very short if you think about it, right? He just came in and ended the episode. The episode just ended with him beating up on everyone. On both of them. Right? Yeah, hey, good first impression, you know? His suit, I'm still 50-50 on his suit, you know? Right? Like I said, I hate the fact that people keep bringing up candy corn and like, fuck. And every time they bring it up, I'm like, oh yeah, I look at it, it's like, yeah, it kind of looks like candy. It really does look like candy corn, you know, but it's not, you know, right? Right? I like his, like, there's some good spots. Like, I like his helmet design. His helmet design is actually really cool, you know? Right?
Yeah.
And everything. The belt, I'm still not sure. I don't like this belt. I don't like this putting Gochi's old thing. I fucking hate it.
I mean, it's
I hate
just
that
so,
it breaks the
it's
mold.
so fucking big, right? Like, as a belt, you know? It just, like, it has to be really awkwardly positioned in the, like, the granute mouth.
Right, yeah, and then also it's really also the whole transformation sequence is just really right. This putting Gochi, like he has to put it face down.
I get it. You're not into piss play. I get it.
Right, look. Yeah, look. I hate the fact that this Gochi Zone just breaks the mold. You know, look, where am I supposed to put this pudding Gochi Zone now? You know,
yeah.
Right?
Here's the meme though about our new Kamen Rider.
It's loading. I'm getting the loading bar. It's loading. Beep. Ooh. Alright, yep. Alright, hey, look, Turkey, look, it's New Year, you know, right? Hey, look.
Yeah.
Alright, hey, off to a good start. This guy's making his presence. Like, look, he's only been here for like he has only transformed for like I don't know, for like his total
not even
writer
5
time
minutes really. He's
right.
Like he is actually.
It's literally within like 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, and he's
Right, yeah, it's like 2-3 minutes, you know.
Yeah, and he's already the best one. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of first impression you want.
Is that for this week? Yeah. All right. Hey, look, and look. Hey, he already has one win. The fact that his start is, look. Hey, do you consider this one win or 2 wins? You know, right? Where do we score this? You know, like
I would say he's at 1.5. He's definitely bitched Hanto. The question is whether or not Shoma's going to immediately switch into Cake King and like be able to hold his own, or if this is going to end with them just getting his ass.
Yeah, but at that point, Shoma's going to summon out, a bunch of his like little guys. He's like, hey, look, I got I got Gang Tactics, you know, like.
Yeah, I got forms, bitch.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we'll see. But yeah, hey, large 9, where the fuck people want to call him?
The jellyfish man. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. You know. Right. Hey, look. Hey, look. He's off to a good start. You know. All right. Is that it for this week's episode?
I think so. Yep.
All right. That's this week's episode. Kate, thanks. Bye. Alright, Tariq, so this is our first recording back from winter break.
Yeah,
you know, right?
From this shit.
Yeah, right. So, hey, look, during winter break, you're just bored. You got nothing to do. I mean, you have stuff to do, but you know, like you're off basically. You know, right? Hey, look, there's no work. You're place person. Hey, see you next year. You know, right? Enjoy your holiday break. You know, right?
Yeah.
Right, and all that stuff. Right. So, hey, so over my winter break, all right. I got into something, right? You know, I found out like a little rabbit hole, you know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Alright, so I need to clarify for the audience and for you about what I'm about to say, alright? This is not a fetish thing, and this is not pornography, okay? Alright?
So many boy, there's a lot of clarifying language before to...
Alright, so over the winter break, I got myself down the rabbit hole of period piece lesbian drama films, alright?
What? Like...
Alright, so...
What?
Right, so I found out that this is just a thing that exists. All right, once again, need to clarify: this is not a fetish thing, and this is not pornography.
Okay,
I am not watching weird porn parodies of like British TV dramas of like Down on Her Abbey or Bridgerton, right? You know, right? These are just movies. These are it's like a very specific categories of like drama films, but there's something about lesbians drama, but they're set in a period piece, like late 1800s, early 1900s, you know, pre-World War II type of story.
This is literally a whole bit on SNL.
Yep. That okay. All right. So I need to tell you how I got down. Boy, it's really glad you posted that because it is related to what you posted. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So. Right, so there's a site I use for alright, so I need to tell you how this all started, alright?
Yeah, I'm very curious how this began.
Alright, so it started with me watching a video essay on film noir, okay?
Okay.
Alright, you can probably see like a very distinct,
I mean, there's kind of a through line there, I guess.
Right, connection between that. Alright, so I was watching a video where a guy talks about film noir in children's cartoon and how, as a kid, you might not understand what the fuck film noir is because you're a kid, right?
Because you're
and you don't understand.
Child, yeah.
Yeah, you're like, you do not understand what the fuck Casablanca is, right? You cannot explain to any child what Casablanca is and hope for them to understand that, right? Right, so in the video, the guy just lists a bunch of film noir. I'm like, that's interesting. And actually, hey, look, I'm a cinephile, I like to watch the movies,
Yeah, again, the file in there, again, not a sex thing, not a fetish. Just
So I just marked down some films he mentions, right? And then I found there's a Wikipedia. So then I found that film noir, nowadays has been pretty much divided into two. Wiki. Yeah, so I went on. So I found that film noir is pretty much divided into two categories. You have list of actual film noir, meaning movies that are actually in black and white and that were filmed in like the 60s before the advent of like color, right? Which are considered actual film noir. And you have what is called modern noir. Film noir, which is like modern day movies that try to emulate the style, aesthetic, feeling.
I actually really appreciate that having a name to it because now I know the name of something that I fucking hate.
Right? So there's two Wikipedia pages for film noir. There's list of film noir and list of
modern imitation noir.
Yeah, right? So I was like, okay.
It's the fucking imitation crab of film noir.
Yeah, right? So I was like, okay, sure. So I'm just gonna mark down these. So there's a site I go to for movie, right? You just click on movies like, hey, add to your watch list, right? So I was like, alright, I guess I'm gonna eventually watch, because I got to film noir, right? That was day one. By day one of my winter break, I'm just looking at film noirs. I'm looking at lists of film noirs, right? Alright, that's like an event, like this is where it all starts, this is day zero, right? So as I'm going through my website, clicking off movies, hey, add to my watch list. So you know how on film sites they have like on the side page or like below it says like film of similar genre, like hey, if you like this movie, you might like this movie, right? Stuff like that, right? Right, so but as I was clicking through it, so every now and then as I'm as I'm comparing the Wikipedia page of list of film to like the websites, like all right, hey, what are films that are listed in like the recommendation? Like hey, if you like this movie, you should check out this movie. Like see what's not listed, see what's not new, right? Right, stuff like that. Right, so as I'm clicking, I just started noticing a bunch of like very random movies. At first I was like, these two movies are very weird. Ignored it, right? Then when I went to the next page, I noticed the same repetition of movie. I was like, man, what is this? So then I started clicking on that movie. I think that movie I clicked on was something called it wasn't Enact or for Eminent or something like that. Fuck, I forgot. It was I forgot what the recommendation was, but it was like one of those movies, right? I was like, all right, this is really weird. Then it just got to a point where all the recommendations of all the movies, right, were just period piece lesbian drama. I was like, right, and then at first I was like, man, there was a lot, right? I was like, it became a lot to the point where I noticed this is a lot, right? I was like, boy, I was thinking like, how many period piece lesbian drama movies are there? Like I know a few like Portrait of a Lady on Fire is like one of the more well known.
As much as I like SNL, I do agree with the joke of if it's a joke on SNL, it's probably pretty common knowledge. There's gotta
right?
be
So
a
then,
shit ton.
yeah. So then I reached that point where I just stopped paying attention to looking at the Wikipedia page of list of postmodern film noir rant. I don't give a fuck. Man, this page is worthless. I'm just gonna ignore you. And then I'm just going through like the recommendation, going from Eminette, right, to like all these other period pieces. I was like, man, how many of these are there? Right? I was like, there was a lot. That I have to make sure that I was actually looking at real movies, and I did not stumble onto like this film
You
this
didn't
film
stumble
site's
into
like
something
weird.
that is a movie, but it's not a movie. It's
Right? I have
It's a
to make sure
special
these
kind of
were
movie.
legitimate. I was like, right? That was like, man, these are all. There's like a bunch of. There's a lot of these. I was like, it got to where I was like, no, it's like, man, is this old category? How many of this? Right? It's like all those movies that features the White House being attacked. You're like, at the first, you're like, okay, I was like, it's weird. Twin movies
It happens.
exist.
It's weird if it happens like twice in close proximity, but it can't have happened like 3 times, right? And then you
Yeah,
go,
right?
oh,
And then I found like, boy, man, I've heard there's just like this big genre. Like I've heard there's like a big market for lesbian period drama films. I was like, man, how much is there? And I got real bad. I started researching this. I started googling. I found some BuzzFeed top 10 period piece lesbian drama. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ! I was like, boy, how that boy, man. I was like, that's when I realized, boy, this has to be enough of a thing to the point where someone can make a BuzzFeed article, right, about, hey, you're the top 10. I was like, boy, and the problem with a top 10 implies the existence of at least 10,
more
right?
than 10, yeah, right.
Right, so I was like, boy, man, how much of these are these, right? So I was just deep diving into this. I was like, oh man, I was just checking off all these movies. Like, all right, once again, well, clarifying for you, I'm not watching these because it's like a weird fetish
Right,
thing,
yep,
or
gotta
just,
be
and
clear,
this is not
gotta be
pornography.
really clear. I mean, I don't know that you have to really clarify that much. Methinks thou doth protest too much, but yeah,
Right, but then I was just like, man, there's a lot of these. I was like, man, so that's what that, yo, boy. So hey, look, my winter break. Hey, look, look. New England is apparently New England was a very boring place, during the
Yeah,
19th century, right?
yeah, and
Right,
a lot
nothing.
of people did a lot of things.
Yeah, boy, man. Look. It turns out Boston used to be a very nice place before drunk people took it over,
Before
right?
racism happened.
Yeah, it was kind of there. There was some of that in the period piece lesbian drama film, right? But so that was my winter break, right? I watched a bunch of movies, right? I watched a bunch of movies, right?
Yeah, and you
Right,
found out. So you found out, much like the women in those movies, you found out something new about yourself.
Yeah, it reached to the point where, boy, it didn't help that when I was looking up, researching this, the first thing was that SNL skit, and it occurred to me, I was like, have I not seen this skit? Right?
Yeah,
This is a skit from 2021. I was like, oh man, wait, hold on, this is a fairly recent skit,
Yeah,
right?
that's why I was like, I remember that skit and laughing my ass off because I know so much of, because it's you know what it is. The parody that it is a parody, like, it is similar to in Tropic Thunder when they have all the fake movie trailers at the beginning, and Robert Downey Jr.'s character is in like a monastery, like having a forbidden love with, like, I think it's Tobey
Maguire, MTV,
Yeah,
MTV's voted best kisser award,
yeah, right. So it's like that's what that whole genre is like that whole skit basically is, because it's just the same thing, just done differently, right? It's just that same parody of like period pieces where it's like, and they had a forbidden love and they couldn't do it. I'm like, okay, cool.